All right, guys, let's talk about throwing downhill. And this is kind of a follow-up to a video I did about practicing into a net a couple weeks ago. And we're gonna discuss some of the feedback I got on that. But you gotta come back right after the intro. So a couple weeks ago, I did a video on how to practice throwing downhill. And I said in the title, I said, throw nose down. And that was a big mistake because people were like, no. What about launch angle, all this stuff? What I was trying to discuss is how you could create a practice for a hole like this. And see, I know I'm gonna get people that even feedback on this. Yes, we have nose angle and we have launch angle. But so many people are thinking about launch angle from a flat stand. So, we're doing tech disc and we're looking at, this and this. Yes, the launch angle is definitely important, but I really think that for shots like this, the nose angle is gonna drive the launch angle. If you are good at controlling your nose angle, the launch angle should follow. That's kind of my theory. Now, take it for what it's worth. I'm a natural player. I just kind of get up and throw. So somebody's going to tell me in the comments how, that this does that. That's fine. Great. Feel free to leave it. And if it's a great comment, I will put it, I will pin it, let people know. I'm here to give you suggestions, some principles that you can apply. I'm just trying to encourage you to practice, get out there and play, get better and have fun. So all I'm thinking about when I step up to throw this shot is I want that right there. I want to make sure my nose is pointed right at, to be honest, I'm pointing at the rocks beneath the basket because we're dropping about 40 feet. This is a 226-foot hole, and actually at mid-ranges is really too much club. But these are my reliable practice discs, so I thought I would use them because some of the question is going to be, how consistent are you at doing this stuff? So once again, I'm harping on practicing, putting in the work. But so what we're doing, this is not, this is really, I could stand still and just put it right here. As a matter of fact, let's get a little closer. Try to maybe block out the sun just a little bit. I've only got so much time. This daylight savings, ooh, there's a nice little reflection though. Hey. Okay, so when I step up to this, I'm not thinking, do I come up here and make sure to get my launch angle? I'm not doing this. I'm not thinking, follow the hill like this. I'm thinking, I'm gonna throw, and I'm just simply thinking, I gotta get that nose down, and I'm aiming right, my nose, I'm putting it almost like if I was gonna take a gun, I'm aiming right at the base of the basket. And so as long as I get that nose angle right there, and I'm throwing, this is where I think when I'm saying follow the terrain, that's where the launch angle comes into play. You get the nose down, but also you're bringing your arm with the terrain of the disc. We've got a guy coming up, so I'm gonna hold off just a minute, and then we'll jump back on him. And so if you don't like practicing into a net like I talked about, that's a great way, especially, I love my baseball cages, just because you don't have to worry about the flyaways or whatever. But even coming out here, I've got my practice discs. And the big question is how consistently you can throw downhill. Some of what we'll do, a lot of times we'll come out and play, and let's face it, we've got this hole, we've got hole number 9 and maybe hole number 4 that we could be throwing downhill. And so you throw 3 shots in the middle of 18 holes and then you don't practice it again. Well, if you've got a chance like this to practice on a downhill slope like this, maybe come out and spend about 20 minutes just practicing, throw your whole bag. If you got practice this, throw them. See how consistent you can get just making the shot over and over again. Because this game is about consistency. Sure, it's great to be got to throw power, but accuracy, consistency are really gonna pay off. And so we wanna work on those things. And I am racing that sun because I got about this much left and it's in the woods, so we're about to get dark here quick. All right, looks like he's clear. So now I'm just gonna take my 10 torpedoes, just straight drivers. And like I said, they may, if I get it correctly, they may blow by the basket. Hopefully one will stop in the basket. But I tend to throw my bergs on this, but I wanted to show you, and I wanted to test myself. This is all challenging yourself. I wanna see how consistent I can be with 10 of the same disc. And that big tree to the right of the basket has smacked so many discs down. It's right in the perfect line to go for an ace run. Just left of the basket. Yeah, it's gonna fade off a little bit more. We're still safe. Drive through a little bit more, Pete. There we go. Nope, that's still gonna fade off. I'm being consistent with my throws, but all of them are just a little bit this. I gotta flatten it out just a little bit more. That's better. Come on, over the top. Oof. Flatten it out. Oh. Lost all focus on that one. I mean, completely. Heard some noises, went to a different place. Yes. It's hard to be consistent. That's the thing. Throwing 10 in a row and not messing up, that'll test you. And I throw a good bit of these, and that's still struggling a little bit. All right, let's get focused. The last 4, right in here. Still not flattening it out. Here we go. There we go. Now fade in, miss that tree, miss that tree, miss that tree. Just by it. Come on, hook up, hook up, hook up. Oh boy, you gotta slide right by the tree to give it an ace run. That's gonna be right side. That's going in the tube. Get in the tube down there. So here's the deal. When you get comfortable with throwing downhill and getting consistency, I'm struggling trying to go for aces here. Because granted, listen, there's no comeback or anything like that. But this hole that used to be intimidating is now one of those where I can just simply come out and know I can hit this shot over and over again. So I'm just coming up while other people are trying to figure out what they're gonna do. I just go, oh yeah, I'm just gonna commit through, make that shot, hopefully get close to the basket. So let's not, there's some of you that love to pick everything apart. And there is something to the physics, the physiology. But some of it is just getting out and throwing, teaching your body how to make the shot. And for me, it is just simply taking the disc, stepping up, knowing that's what I need to do. And then I just simply come back and I step up and try to hit that exact shot. It's going to influence my nose angle, but also my launch angle. That's the thing that I'm talking about with the net in the cage or whatever, moving the targets around. Because when you're moving targets around, you're not thinking, okay, this is a 12-degree launch angle, this is a 7-degree launch angle. It's simply, can I hit that spot up there? Can I hit that spot up there? Can I hit that spot down there? Can I repeatedly, accurately hit those spots? So whatever you call it, the big question is, can you consistently challenge yourself to hit those spots? The more you challenge yourself to do that and practice that, the better you're going to be out on the course, especially when it gets tight and it gets wooded. The confidence you're going to have, the accuracy you're going to have, is going to pay off in big ways there. I hope that helps, and I hope to see you out on the course. But wait, there's always the cheater gap with a forehand that's a little overstable. Then, yeah, you still got to get the nose angle, but it's not as touchy. Oh, hit the cage, hit the cage. So yeah, that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching.